Alright, next, we need to test the hypothesis of population mean when the population standard deviation is unknown and it is small sample size. Okay, small sample size, that means n is less than 30. Okay, when n is less than 30, that means it shows that it is small sample size. Okay, so to test the hypothesis, it is in the form of H0 versus H1. Okay, ini sama macam tadi. Okay, H0 versus H1, and then the population is normally distributed or the sample size is small. Okay, and then we need to use the t-test formula. Okay, use the t-test formula. Why? Because it is small sample size. When it is small sample size, we need to use the formula t-test. Okay, sample mean minus the population mean divided by sample standard deviation. Okay, why sample? Why we use S, symbol S? Because population standard deviation is unknown. Okay, is unknown. Dia bagi tahu kat sini dah. Population standard deviation is unknown. Therefore, we need to use the sample standard deviation, symbol S. Okay, divided by square root sample size. Okay, this is the t-test formula. Okay, when we found the size, the sample size is smaller. Okay, it is less than 30. And then critical value. Okay, since we use t-test formula, so the critical value is t alpha n minus 1. Okay, we need to use the t value. Okay, not z value, t value. Okay, since we have 3 types of tail. Okay, right tail, left tail, and two tail of the area. So ni macam z test juga. Okay, macam critical value, z value dia. When we test the right tail of the area, it is positive t alpha n minus 1. Okay, this right tail. Okay, when we need to test the left tail of the area, it is negative t alpha n minus 1. Okay, you need to put negative. Okay, and then when we need to test two tail of the area, so you need to put positive negative t alpha divide 2 n minus 1. It is for two tail of the area. Okay, it has positive and negative, and then the alpha needs to divide 2. Okay, and then look at example 6. Okay, example 6. Nampak dah? Okay. A medical investigation claims that the average number of infections per week at a hospital in southwestern Pennsylvania is 16.3. A random sample of 10 weeks had a mean number of 17.7 infections. The sample standard deviation is 1.8. Is there enough evidence to reject the investigator's claim at alpha 0.05? Okay, first you need to write down. Okay, dia bagi apa? A random sample of 10 weeks. That means it is n equals to 10. Okay, and then dia bagi apa? Had a mean number of 17.7. That is sample mean, 17.7. Okay, and then the sample standard deviation is 1.8. Sample standard deviation is 1.8. Okay, write down this first. Okay, and then we need to test, use the 5 steps. First step is we need to state the H1 and H0. So apa yang dia claim? Okay, look at the statement. Apa yang dia claim? Look at the first sentence. A medical investigation claims that the average number of infections per week at a hospital in southwestern Pennsylvania is 16.3. So dia bagi hint kat situ, keyword adalah is. When is, okay, is, that means dia adalah sama. Okay, it is equal. So we need to claim H naught, because H naught always be equal. Okay, H naught always be equal. So the mean is equal 16.3. And then barulah kita put H1. Okay, state the H1. H1, okay. So the relationship when H naught is equal, so H1 is not equal 16.3. Okay, so what type of tail that we need to test? Okay, look at the sign for H1. H1 is not equal, so we need to test the two tail of the area. Okay, yang kita nak claim is H1. H naught. This one yang kita nak claim. Okay, is it true that the average number of infection per week is 16.3? Yang ni kita nak claim. Betul tak statement ni is 16.3? Okay, so H1 ni dia nak mengatakan the statement is not true. Okay, ini kita nak claim. And then second step is state the alpha and critical value. Okay, okay, before this example sebelum ni, kalau awak perasan, saya letkan H1 first and then H naught. Why? Sebab tengok pada statements. Okay, look at the statements. Dia bagi hint not equal, more than and less than. It is include in H1. Okay, it is include in H1. Kalau dia more than or less than or not equal. Okay, kalau statement dia bagi hint macam tu, that means kita kena claim H1 first. Put the H1 first. Mean it is not equal 70, for example. And then barulah kita state the H naught. Mean it is equal 70. Okay, but for this example, okay, dia nak claim apa? Dia nak claim the average number of infection per week at a hospital in southwestern Pennsylvania is 16.3. 16.3, that means the hint dia is, that means we need to claim H naught. So we need to state the H naught first, and then barulah H1. Okay, nampak beza dia? Okay, hopefully you guys faham lah. Okay, and then second step, state the alpha. Alpha is 0.05. So the critical value, okay, we need to use the T value. Okay, since it is two tail, that means positive, negative T alpha over 2 n minus 1. Okay, so alpha, we know that alpha is 0.05. So divide 2, you will get 0.025. Okay, so positive, negative T, 0.025. N minus 1, we know that n is 10. Minus 1, we get 9. So what is the T value? Look at the table statistics. Okay, use the T distribution. Okay, we know that alpha is 0.025 and then V is 9. It is 2.262. Okay, 0.025, V is 9, 2.262. Positive, negative, 2.262. Okay, so this is second step. Third step, you need to draw the graph. Okay, it is two tail, that means right tail and left tail of the area. Okay, this is 2.262, this is negative 2.262, this is NRR, RR, RR. Okay, rejection region and non-rejection region. Then step 4, use formula. Okay, since the sample size is small, okay, less than 30, use the t-test formula. It is equal sample mean minus population mean divided by sample standard deviation over square root sample size. So we know that sample mean is 17.7 minus population mean is 16.3. Divide sample standard deviation is 1.8 over square root sample size, which is 10. And then calculate. Okay, calculate, you will get 2.4595. Okay, try calculate, dapat tak jawapan ni? 2.4595. So look at this value. Okay, this value, is it in RR position or NRR position? 2.4595. It is more than 2.262, right? So kedudukan dia pada RR 2.4595. It is in RR. And then step 5 is make the conclusion. Okay, what is mean RR? RR means reject H naught. So reject H naught. Since what? Since the value of t-test is in RR. Okay, reject H naught since the value of t-test is in RR. Okay, t-test bukan z-test Okay, dia ada dalam RR. This is first conclusion. Second conclusion, look at the question. Is there enough evidence to reject the investigator's claim? Dia claim apa? Dia claim H naught. Okay, dia claim H naught. Okay, dia claim yang is there enough evidence to reject? Kita nak reject H naught. Claim tu maksudnya dia nak reject H naught. Okay, baca soalan betul-betul. Is there enough evidence to reject? Bukan to support, but to reject. Since first conclusion kita reject H naught, and then second conclusion, bila dia tanya is there enough evidence to reject the investigator's claim, so yes, there is enough evidence. There is enough evidence to reject the investigator's claim. Awak sambung Okay, to reject the investigator's claim. Dia claim yang ni, H naught ni. Okay, dia claim to reject the H naught. Okay, so first conclusion kita dah reject H naught, that means kita accept H1. Okay, so third conclusion is bagi tahu. Okay, take the first sentence. Average number of infections per week at a hospital in southwestern Pennsylvania is what? Is not equal 16.3. Okay, since kita dah reject H naught, so third conclusion is take the first sentence. The average number of infections per week at a hospital in southwestern Pennsylvania is not equal 16.3. Okay, that is third conclusion. Alright, you faham now? Hopefully you guys faham. Okay.